And go! And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Save or Die Season 2 Glory. My name is Cody Lewis with Taking20, and I have a incredible cast with me. We have David Friant from Nerdarchy, the one and only magnificent bastard Jim Davis from WebDM, Jonathan Sexy Pruitt from WebDM, and our one and only D&D sex icon Will Jones from Encounter Roleplay. Before we get started, we want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors here that helps make this show possible. So, of course, we are presented by ThinkGeek. So, in the little Twitch panels down below and in the YouTube description, you guys will find links to that. That's an affiliate link. If you want to support the show, go consider supporting our sponsor, ThinkGeek, and that'll be an easy way to do that for the upcoming holiday season. Of course, our virtual tabletop of choice is Fantasy Grounds, and all of the maps that you see here on the show are made in Dungeon Painter Studios by Pyromancers. And of course, we're also presented by Shapeways, the go-to destination for 3D printed dice and miniatures. So seriously, thanks to all of our awesome sponsors for making this show possible. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. So without further ado, I give you Will Jones.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Save or Dice Glory. And we're back again. We should do a quick recap of what happened last time, right? Just a real quick 5-second reminder what happened last time. Jim, you had like everything. Oh no, it's Pruitt. You remembered everything that happened last week in a brief moment before the stream. So why don't you remind us what happened last time? Well, you're muted, but I appreciate it.
No, Pruitt's got to do it, but Jim Davis has got to lead his lips.
Am I live? Are we doing this? Well, we got arrested. Bitch got her lungs cut out. We got thrown in jail. We got broken out by a bitch with some needles. She took us to her grandpa. He told us we were gatekeepers and we needed to break out this other chick who was back in town. And we did that and killed some guards and she raised them from the dead. And here we are. Is that about right?
Perfect. That is absolutely. Yep, you got it. Nail for absolute point by point précis of what happened last week, basically. So if you didn't get it from that, then you're just gonna have to go watch it last week's episode on YouTube, I guess. So we find the party as things stand in the house of one Catelyn Van Deun, whom had been sent to rescue by a gentleman in a wheelchair from a group known as the Shattering, and alongside their compatriot Graham, who was a guard of Catelyn Van Deun. They successfully defended against 5 Knights of the Emperor in their black and gold plate armor and managed to defeat them and for the most part donned their armor and are now disguised loosely as these guards. However, Catelyn, after this fight happened at the end of last episode, came down the stairs, revealed herself to be something of a vampire and certainly a necromancer at the very least, as she raised these guys back from the dead. And whilst they thought the fight was pretty easy last week, we're going to have to, again, on hard mode. So that's what we're going to start off. What better way to begin our episode with rolling initiative, because you guys took a break from the last one. Let's get a fresh initiative order on the table, fresh cup of coffee, and let's do this thing.
All right.
All right, then.
Huzzah!
For glory.
For glory. Every time.
I got an 11 for Ajax. Yeah.
There we go. 11 on Ajax, not bad. Wyrme, what did you get?
Let's see. I have to find initiative because last season someone else did it for us. It was so convenient.
Oh, man. I'm not holding your hand this time, Brian, all right?
I got 17.
Stay geeky, my ass. All right. Let's see. Wyrme on a 15. What is Calium on?
And 11, I believe. 11.
Okay, and between Ajax and Calium, I'm guessing Calium's got a higher dex bonus there.
16?
Probably. Yeah, higher dex bonus.
19,
right.
Sorry.
And let's do that. 16. And yourself, Pruitt, whose character's name I always forget. Vadin.
Vadin. Yes. Oh, my first?
No, what was your initiative, buddy? Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, 15.
15. And between you and Wyrme?
14. My dex is 14.
I got a 16.
All right, nice. All right. Well, unfortunately for you guys, Catelyn rolled a 17 on her initiative. However, these guys rolled a 12. So our initiative order is going to look a little bit like Catelyn going first, followed by Wyrme, Elvadine, these undead, and then Calium and Ajax last. So top of round 1.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do this thing. So she is going to point a finger. In fact, she has a staff, so she's not going to do that. She's out of the finger zone. She's in. Wow. She's.
Hey.
She is firmly in the bone zone with her bone staff. That she is going to thrust unduly towards. Let's see who's closest to her at this point. She'll move here. She'll point this at Elvadine over there. Elvadine, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I assume I see her do this. I'm gonna cast a subtle counterspell,
Okay.
so she does not know that I am counterspelling her.
Okay.
Ooh.
I like this.
So she will not then counterspell my counterspell.
Yeah. So she's about to cast this kind of black bolt of magic towards you, and it just kind of fizzles out. And she kind of looks towards her staff as you know, as if it's not working properly, taps it ding, 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 to see if it's on. Turns it off and on again. It works. So
I just chuckle.
all right. So you've successfully countered that. She's moved, she's acted. Wyrme, it is your turn, my friend.
All right. So much stuff on the screen. All right. I see. Your poker has no point to it. Is it your pointer has no poke to it? You witch. And I'll let loose with my thunder cannon, AC 17.
All right. 17 on a hit. That's definitely gonna hit her. Yeah. That's gonna definitely hit her.
Eat lead, you witch.
All right. How much damage is that?
That is 8 points of damage.
8 points au damage. Nice. You blast her. She is she's in pain. But she looks more angry than anything else, to be honest, Wyrme.
Oh, I get to do my thunder thing too.
Do your thunder thing, buddy.
So the thunder thing adds another 5 to that.
That's official rules for those of you wondering. Thunder thing.
Thunder thing, yes, that's the technical term.
Yeah. Industry term. Most of you probably wouldn't understand. That'll do it. So an extra. How much was that? Let's see.
Extra 5, so a total of 13.
13 damage. Great stuff. Send out the thunder thing does its thing afterwards. And the long raven hair of Catelyn de Brig is swept aside by the force of the blast. Anything else you want to do, Wyrme? You want to move at all?
This is a doorway behind me?
This is a doorway behind you, yes.
Oh, yeah, I want to go in just on the outside of the door, try and get some cover here.
Okay.
Get her, guys, get her.
All right. So Wyrme cowers in the corner. Elvadine, it's your turn.
Have all these people, everybody's already risen, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. In that case, I am going to do a twin guiding bolt, one on whoever this home dude is with the sword.
This is okay. So the guy with the sword is actually Graham. He's your seems to be on your.
Whoops.
Seems to be on your side.
Never mind.
Don't kill me, you bastard.
He was working for her.
Never mind. You escaped my wrath this time. No. In that case, I'll just twin a guiding bolt on the raised thing right next to her and her.
All right. I like it.
So let's see. So, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to grab that.
I will find a way to forgive you, Pruitt.
God damn it.
One day.
So that was on the raised thing, and then for her,
I'm so sorry, buddy.
it happens, man.
It happens to everybody.
18 to hit her.
An 18 will hit her.
Alrighty, well then I am going to go ahead and drop that damage, and the next attack gets advantage on her. Nice.
I like the sound of that.
And then I'm going to back up and let the meat shield be meat shields.
Good plan. It's a good plan. All right, so that is your turn there, Vadin. Takes it to the undead to get their turn next. Actually, acting for Calium and Ajax, they're clearly caught a little bit off guard by this. One of them moves in to attack your companion, Graham. These guys, let's have this guy move about. Yeah. This guy will come in here. No worries. This guy's actually going to move past you, Vadin, so you can get an attack of opportunity against this fella as he passes you here. Oh, sorry, is that Vadin? It is, yes. Right?
No, that's Callum.
Calium.
Calium.
All right, Calium.
He's distracted by the fruit of his loins.
Christmas shopping. I'm going to poof out of this, right? I'm going to poof out of this because I think Ajax is going to be able to get in front of
you
Vadin.
get an opportunity attack if you
So
want.
yeah, sorry, I'll reiterate because you've been caught off guard.
I apologize. I had Target toy magazines being shoved in my face at the moment.
It's okay. This zombie here, just to your left, he is walking past you. He's intending to get to Ajax. So you take an attack of opportunity against him.
I will. I'll go ahead and use my reaction. That's fine.
All right.
So 19 for.
Ooh.
Hello. For 6.
6 damage. All right. Yeah. These guys look like they're a little more than your average drone zombies. Don't seem to be mindlessly walking towards you. In fact, they move with a preternatural speed. Even something of at least an animal intelligence to them. So you still strike them down for 6, was that, or 8?
Yeah, it's 6 piercing.
6 piercing.
Curse you, Ramirez zombies!
Right? These guys have played that that fucking Call of Duty expansion. You guys,
Yeah.
I don't know if you play games. All right, he makes it towards.
There are other games than D&D?
Right.
What?
I made a Bieber reference earlier, and I feel like it went everyone's head because I was. So this guy who made it past is going to attack Ajax.
AC 16.
AC 16. Thank you, sir. Can't even see my roll. Let's move this out of the way, shall we? Well, there we go. He is definitely going to miss. Yeah, he swipes at you with his hands, just trying to smash into you, basically. But he misses. These gentlemen are going to attack Graham over here. Let's see how our lad Graham goes. I didn't go in the dice roll. Come on, there we go. 12 and a 13. Both of these are going to hit Graham with their bonuses to hit. And let's see how painful this is going to end up being for our friend Graham. 5 and a 2. Okay, so he takes a couple of swipes from these things. They dig their hands basically inside his body. They just kind of like thrust their hands into him. He's like, as they have grabbed onto something vital and have begun to squeeze down. You can see like kind of blood and pus like pouring out of their gross, almost like leprous arms and hands right now. These guys look really messed up for coming back from the dead. Their eye sockets are like lolling out from them at the moment, as well as they make swift movements. It's pretty gross stuff. Let's see if anyone hasn't acted yet. Yes, there are 2 of these guys on you, Calium. So let's see if we can get some attacks in here. That is a natural 20 on
Dodge.
and and a 2 on the other dice. So
I didn't know that power transfer between campaigns, Cody.
Dodge.
there you go. Let's see what we got here. How do we do this? There we go. Don't want to do that. 2 of them, thank you. You take 7 plus 3. You take 10 damage.
10 damage.
Piercing.
I'm sorry, you said 7 plus 3?
Yes.
Is it? Okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard that right.
All of the math is happening. So that is their turn at that point. Calium is yours.
All right. So she has, you said, a like a scepter. Am I correct?
It is it's a staff, essentially, an big staff.
I'd like to make an Arcana check to see if I could remove the staff from her hand, if that would affect the zombies. So can I maybe...
Oh, one last thing. Roll me a Constitution saving throw before I forget.
It's like he knew what I was thinking. No, sorry. Con. There we go. Give it to me. Give it...
Oh.
Why does the game hate me so much?
I paid Doug an extra $5.
Yeah.
I think next time I'm gonna make a
side.
diviner just to help out Cody.
I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut a big fat check back to Doug.
Yeah.
We passed around the hat. We got him like $350.
Yeah.
Tree fitting.
It's a kitty. So you, my friend, are poisoned. Okay.
Okay.
Save ends end of each jump.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And so can I make an Arcana check? I want to see if I could. You said there was like a heart, like a beating heart on this, and she said thank you.
Yes.
She came down. So
She has
my question is do I think that if I take this away from her somehow, that this would make these zombies drop or go away or make any of their life force leave? Anything like that?
Yeah. Roll me an Arcana check.
Give it to me. Why?
I mean, yeah.
Don't know.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, if someone's got a big bad weapon of doom and they're pointing it at you and it's doing things, probably taking it away from them is a good idea.
Okay.
Sound logic.
Sound logic. So I'm going to reach my hand up, and you can see this black form of mist forming around me, and I'm going to pop over here on the other side of her.
All right.
And there we go. Sorry. Hello.
Hello.
I'm gonna pop over there, and I'm gonna the mist is gonna just flow from me, and I'm gonna try to rip the weapon from her hand. So, and I'm gonna try to mist walk it away from her. So, this is my disarming mist ability. Yes. The save will be a reflex for 14.
All right. So that's dexterity, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Dexterity saving throw? You said reflex.
Yeah, it's dex. I said reflex.
Yeah.
Of course I did.
No,
reflex.
I do the same. I call wisdom saves will saves just because I'm
it's buddy, it's always been a will save. It will always be a will save.
Narcissist.
I'm just a narcissist. What am I gonna say? 17 any
17,
luck on
nothing. Yeah, so yeah, total fail.
All right. So you try and snatch it away. She just kind of snarls at you, grabs the staff away as I kind of boom, 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 and the beating heart continues.
Perfect. That is my turn.
All righty, Ajax, your turn.
All right, good grief. So I have a clarification. We had like a break between the last fight and this one. Yes, I'm not still raged from the first
Right,
fight.
yeah, you would not be still raged.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the second rage of the day and bonus action rage because I'm just like this guy Graham in front of us.
Yes. Hey.
He just got torn to shreds.
Yeah, he did.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna attack this zombie in front of me then and see how that goes. Here we go.
Yeah, they look like they probably got onto his spleen or his kidney there.
12 to hit this zombie here. My first attack.
12 is gonna do it. Yeah.
All right.
Dead on the money on these guys.
All right. So I'm double handing my longsword.
Nice.
And 13 damage plus my rage bonus.
Very nice indeed.
I always forget what my rage bonus is going to be. +2,
Plus
so
2,
that's 15 damage for the first hit.
Very nice. That will be a severe maiming, at the very least. Not dead.
Right. I'll follow that up with a second sword stroke. And that's not gotta roll in the special area. 19 to hit for my second one.
What's your special area?
Yeah, my special area where I roll dice.
That is wow. You guys can see the other second webcam set up much lower.
Show us on the dial where
That's
Uncle Jim
the
touched
special
you.
one. You got to be a Patreon subscriber to see it, guys.
To see Jim's dice bag.
Title for episode 2, Jim's Dice Bag.
So that's going to be 13 damage for the follow-up.
All right, 13 damage for follow-up. How would you like to end this creature's life?
I want to take the top half of its head off and have its zombie ichor spray all over the other ones.
Nice. Yeah, this kind of thick, black, oozing ichor just sprays around the lovely artistry and floorboards of the Vanderbrick household. She pretty upset by this. You know, she's got line of sight as her head just kind of flies out into the household. She kind of turns and glares at you.
And I'm gonna. Is Graham done for? Like, is there any?
He's on his knees right now. They're grabbing on to some organs in there.
I think he might just have to bite the dust. I'm going to move in a position to block my more vulnerable allies here and kind of just, stand in the way. Yeah.
I like it. All right, so that is Ajax's turn. It's the top of round 2, and Catelyn gets her turn. So Cody, my man.
Yep, let's make saves, bud.
In fact, we don't even need to because it's a attack. So let's roll d20. Let's add the bonuses afterwards. A 17 on the die. How is a let's see, a 23 versus your armor class?
Sure. No, I got a 17. I got a 17, buddy.
All right. So let's roll some more dice. Yes, let's do that. How do we do that? Let's do that. There we go. 15 necrotic damage. And as she just slams the heart of the staff into your own chest around your heart area, you see the kind of black sucking energy run back up the staff, and the blood from your body infuses around the beating heart itself, and the heart seems to kind of grow back and get a little bit bigger.
Get yourself out of there, Calium!
Yeah, no shit. Fuck.
Alrighty, so that is that. That's her turn. Wyrme, it's yours.
So, Graham, is Graham done for, or is he still conscious?
He's still conscious.
All right, so the one that's on him, I'm going to take a shot at that guy. Get off of him, you creatures!
I like it.
And that will be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, dirty 20 will do it.
Dirty 20, that's it, man. And for a whopping 18 points of damage.
Nice. Very nice. In fact, and this is aimed at the one to his left.
Whatever one is actually got his claws sunk in.
Okay, yeah. How would you like to kill it? Describe to me that kill.
Oh, I totally just explode his head. They're zombies. It's the only way to kill a zombie.
That's true. If Hollywood's taught us anything, that is abject truth. And it's like a watermelon.
Don't lose your head.
All right. Would that he could make a witty retort. Alas, he is dead. Anything else you'd like to do, Wyrme?
Wyrme is just going to stay back here where it seems relatively safer.
Good man. All right. Vadin.
Okay, I'm going to move to this side so I kind of have line of sight on bitch de brag or whatever.
That's it, yeah.
Sorry. I feel like shit. And then I'm going to do a twin firebolt, one on her and one on the remaining zombie on Graham.
Okay.
Okay, so this is for the zombie. That's going to be 17 to hit.
17's going to do it.
And then for the one on her, it's going to be 18 to hit.
Yes, an 18 will hit her as well.
Okay, so damage for zombie asshole. There you go. Take that. 2 damage.
All right.
And then she gets 10.
Yeah, there you go.
There we are.
So that's 18 on the last one on Graham, correct?
No, I did 2 damage on Graham.
Oh, 2 damage. Oh, you're right. The 18 was the attacker. I was like, if I can make
Yeah.
yeah, okay, cool. 2 on that and 10 on her. All right, she looks a little bit upset by a little bit miffed, perhaps.
And then with a bonus action, I'm going to convert a 2nd level slot 2 points.
All right. Good stuff. So, end of your turn, yeah?
That's the end of my turn, sir.
All right, man. Let's see. These guys. The last one on is I'm picking up on it. The one
It's a good
on
one. It's good.
Graham is gonna miss. It's hands still like clutching onto his kidney at this point and squeezing, but Graham's like pushes him off. Get off me, you bastard! Clutching to his stomach. Which has been kind of torn open at this point. Now, these two gentlemen here are going to move towards Ajax because it seems like a big target.
Yeah.
Let's see, 17?
17 hits.
Alrighty, then we got a... Nope, that's a miss. So we got +3 on that. We got 9 damage on Ajax.
9, which I'm raging, so that's going to be what?
4, 5.
I'll take a 4.
Yeah, take a 4. Why not?
Sure.
So that's their turn. Those are remaining at this point. Leaves it to Calium, who is on Catelyn the Brig right now.
So, I just got to make sure I've got enough points here to do this. I'm pretty sure I do. I think I have 4 more points left. Level 5. I got perfect. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to mist walk here, away from her a little bit, and then I am going to make a ranged attack against her with my vampiric mist ability.
All right.
So let me just roll 20 because I don't have that load. I don't have that fucking loaded in. God almighty!
Right, you got poison saves to
disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah. Did you roll at the end of your last turn?
I did not.
Let's roll it now and see if you don't have it. Oh,
hey!
All right, so the first roll was still a 6, and even with my mods on there, I don't think that's going to be enough.
That is not, unfortunately.
So I'm out of shroud points. So what I'll do is I will use my remaining movement to step this way and hide to the other side of the wall to regain myself for a moment.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Awful rolls. Good God.
Get out of there, Callum! Get out!
Yeah. Ajax, your turn. You are surrounded.
All right. So I got 2 on me right here.
On, yeah.
I am going to take my first swing at this one that's between me and Graham.
I like it.
That's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20s, my favorite kind of 20s.
All right. And then that's going to be 8 damage on that one.
Yes.
All right. And if it's still up, I'm going to continue to hack away at it.
Let's give it a go.
Here we go. Let's see. 17 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah. And 14 damage.
Oh, how do you hack it apart?
I'm going to just like split it from top to say like mid sternum right here. And just kick it off my sword.
Nice. Okie dokie. So that is that. It just kind of falls off and it's go. Excellent stuff. So that is Ajax. Anything else you want to do, Ajax?
I'm going to reposition some of it like right here, closer to got like if I need to, I can grab Graham.
Yes. Yeah, he's like, oh, they got me good. Oh, they got me good.
Oh, it looks bad.
I can see your spleen from here.
I've seen some nasty wounds, Graham, but that is
so much worse.
So much worse.
You are so dead right now,
His
Chris.
hands are inside you.
Graham, you basically become transparent. Fuck. So that is top round 3. Catelyn gets to do her fang. She is going to... Oh, she gets to just make attack. Okay, cool. With a +6 on this die. She's going to move here, sorry. Going to move here to get a line of sight on you, Catelyn, but a 9 versus your AC.
17, buddy.
All right, then. So she once again seems to point the staff towards you, and there's still like that drawing energy is still being sucked out from you. That's like still going at this point. And she tries to like point the staff back so she can get a full blast on you once again, but she can't quite get it on there, unfortunately for her. Luckily for you. So that is her turn. Moving in action. Wyrme, what you got?
All right, so Wyrme's looking on. He's feeling very sympathetic for poor Grim. So he takes aim on the last one that's near him. I got your back, Grim.
Oh, thanks, little man.
That's a 21.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh.
Let's see.
This is where I talk like Graham for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled the wrong dice. I grabbed the wrong die. It was so much better. It was so much better. So,
4d8, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it keeps wanting to grab these D8. Give me the D6. There we go. That's a good boy. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
22.
Okay. Yeah, don't complain. Holy shit.
Oh, my gosh.
I rolled more.
Yeah. How do you blast this thing apart? What's this?
Oh, Wyrme totally puts it right over Ajax's shoulder, right over Graham's shoulder.
Yeah.
Die, you bastard, die! And his head explodes all over Graham. Poor Graham.
Yeah.
I think like the arm is probably like still attached and his hand is like still in.
Oh, yeah, you blow off the body, but the arm is stuck in his stomach. It's still in there.
Yeah, like he takes the head, but by way of the shoulder.
Yeah, it's still like sucking him. Oh, man. So he is in a whole world of pain still. That is Wyrme's turn. Elvadine.
Not going well.
Alrighty.
So bad for me.
You're good. You will be fine, Graham. I will heal you. And I'm going to do another twinned firebolt, one on each of the remaining enemies. And I'm glad somebody pointed out the fact that my damage wasn't correct. I'm supposed to be rolling 2d10.
Yeah. Come on, 2d10.
So, yeah, well, I'll fix that. Anyway, so on the zombie, that's a 20-something to hit, so that's probably a hit.
27 will do it.
And then the exact same thing on her. So awesome.
Yes, 20-something is also a number I recognize.
So 13 fire on the zombie.
Yes.
As a mote of flame strikes out, kind of bluish.
Nice.
But and then 8 on the vampirus.
Nice.
All right. So this thing has been blasted. It's not quite ripped apart entirely at this point. It's still going on Ajax, but looks pretty worse for wear.
And then I'm going to move just to the other side of this wall.
All righty. So
kind of peeking around.
Nice. Peeking round the corner. That's Elvadine's turn. That takes it to, this guy's turn. This guy who still has some limbs left. Congratulations, my friend. Let's see here. That's a 12 on you, Ajax.
12 is going to miss.
I thought as much, yeah. Let's see. Well, that's all he can do, so he's screwed. Calium.
Calium, I'll come up here, and I'm just going to charge at her, and I'm going to take 2 attacks against her.
Can't keep running.
Jesus Christ. And then I'll take the second attack, please. 17.
17's on the money. You got it.
All right, for 7 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to evaporate and pop up on the other side of this zombie here. I'm going to take my bonus action after I miswalk with the +1 for a 26. There we go. For
nice.
6 more damage.
All right. And this is on this zombie fella here, yeah?
Yes.
How do you rip him apart?
I just come back up the side of him, right behind Ajax, and put my hand on him and just drive it up through the back of his spine and rip out the brain.
Nice.
And kind of try to lean a little bit away from this chick right now because I'm really hurting. I'm trying to break her gaze of her vampiric mist shit.
Yeah, she, let's see, she can.
Forget about it. Her vampiric mist shit game is on point.
Yeah, it's on fleek right now. So it's Mist versus Mist, episode 2. Ajax, it's your turn, my friend.
I got a clear line of sight. She basically betrayed us. We came here to help out, and she's all right. Well, I'm not trying to kill her, but I am trying to hurt her. And so Ajax is going to bum rush.
There's a fine line, isn't there?
Yeah. He's not necessarily trying to strike a killing blow, but he wants to bring the pain.
All right.
First attack. We're going with a 15 to hit. Don't think that 15's going to hit.
15's a miss, yeah.
All right. And second attack. 16 hit.
Let's see. 17's the number you're looking for, so just out of reach.
I can't let a round go by without hitting. I feel lucky right now. I'm going to use a luck point.
Okay.
And re-roll that one.
Nice.
21 to hit.
21 will do it.
Ajax has been lucky his whole life, so. Oh, but not so lucky in this.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
It's gonna be 6 damage.
Yeah, she's, what about the next life? All right. Yeah, she like, you bring down this, like, you know, this huge weapon, and she's like, oh no, and then it like just like cuts her finger.
Just a scratch.
Terrible. Okay, that's Ajax. Anything else you got there?
No, I'm good.
She's got to roll a thingy. Okay, she's good. Still got line of sight on Calium, so she's going to go for him. She's one track mind kind of girl. With +6, that's, oh, that was so close to being a 17 on the die there. That's 16 versus your armor class. That is 3d6 damage evaded for Calium right there. Not sure he could have survived that one. So she once again, she's going, she's really angry now. Come back here, you coward! And that is her turn. Wyrme.
Oh no!
So Wyrme is like leaning around the door frame, taking aim. You should surrender, witch. We've got you right where we want you now. Come here.
Oh,
The double force. That was a warning shot.
Four.
I've
There it is.
got to get a soundboard.
My warning shot, witch.
I see. Anything else, Wyrme?
He ducks back around the corner here.
out of shame, sheer embarrassment. Can't do this anymore. All right, that is Wyrme's turn. Vadin. This girl looks, at this point, she looks pretty uninjured. I mean, she looks like she healed up when she attacked Catelyn there from a couple of wounds, so she's looking pretty fine.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's not my cup of tea.
That's my least favorite feature about her.
I gotta say that. Yeah. So I'm gonna pop my head out and I'm gonna do a 3rd level guiding bolt.
Ooh, I like
at
it.
her, because fuck that bitch. So that's gonna be.
You feel pretty strongly about this, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
This is really important to you, isn't it?
All right. Oh crap! I don't have that for that level. Shit. Oh well. So I'm gonna roll. Give me the freaking dice.
No dice for you. No dice for you.
So that's gonna be 20 plus. Hang on. 23 plus 4, so that's 27 radiant damage, and then the next attack has advantage. So this time, Cody, don't waste it and try to disarm her.
Did I see an attack?
Hey, the next attack against art.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm a dipshit.
I was gonna say I didn't see an attack roll.
Yeah, I hit her. You didn't see when I hit her? No.
I'm pretty new to fancy grounds, but
That was a subtle spell.
yeah. Oh, really?
It's a
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Can't steal
spell.
You can't see them as myself. 17's on it.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Woo! So yeah, 27 radiant and advantage on the next attack.
All right, 27 radiant is really going to burn her up. You see her skin just kind of melt and slough off her body as that happens. She is clearly really not enjoying the pain train that you brought into town.
I believe that is an improvement upon your visage.
Yes.
Literally.
I'm
Literally,
no
yeah.
coward. And I'll kind of slide up here. So this is like I walked up here. So no +1 for the mist. Let's attack her for 17 for 8.
That first attack has advantage, so you might get a.
I got a critty.
Okay. Then the second one's, I guess that's a 19. So this will be the second actual attack. Watch it.
Okay.
All right, here we
Watch,
go.
you're gonna miss now.
I know, right? 20 for another
30,
8,
20.
and then I'm gonna pop up on the backside of her, and I'm gonna bonus action with after I mist walk. 27 for 9 more damage.
All right. You see. Let's see here. Yeah, you see the connection that her staff had. On your kind of heart just being broken as you just slam her with this barrage of attacks. What's the total damage there?
That was 9 plus 8 plus 8. 16, 20.
25.
Yeah.
25. Oh, good lord. We got to do some maths here, boys. All right, cool. So she takes it. She's looking a little bit worse than she was a little while ago now. Well, that's okay.
Please kill her.
Please kill her now. Ajax, it's your turn.
All right. So I'm done trying to play nice, and we're going for killing blows here.
Reckless attack.
Yep.
Let's do
And
it.
I think I'm gonna reckless attack because.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Pin her to
So
the
first
floor.
it's 19 to hit.
That'll do it.
All right. And that's gonna be 10 damage for the first one there.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay.
And second one here, dirty 20 to hit.
Ooh, nice.
Man, a lot of dirty 20s
Yeah,
tonight.
Another
Room full
10
of dirty
damage
20.
there.
Pretty dirty tonight. I approve.
Yes.
Dirty.
All right. So 20 total damage.
20 total damage. Very nice. Okay, yeah. She is staggered back by the force of this attack as these wounds, just slash across her arms and really digs deep into, where you would have been hitting some arteries in there. But she presses on nonetheless. Black locks of hair coming over the side with blood running through them now as well from wounds to her head. All right. It's her turn. She won't do a thing. And Ajax is... Oh, it's a tempting target, isn't it? Is it Catelyn or is it Ajax?
You gotta drop the elf, right?
Got tasty advantage to attack.
It's tasty.
Yeah, it's
for her.
advantage to hit me.
She wants it bad. All right, so she'll cast... she'll cast another vampiric touch because it's a melee spell attack. She'll get advantage on it rather than making you do a save. She's a clever girl. Let's see. 23.
Yeah, that hits me.
Oh, we'll see if it crits. That was close, but no. So in that case, we'll do 3d6 like so. You'll take 7 necrotic. And you see that heart expand a little bit again, boom, 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 boom. Where it's been shrunk. The more damage she's taken, that heart, it looks like it's getting a little bit bigger as she siphons off some of your life force. All right, so Wyrme, it's your turn.
Get away from my friends, you bitch. An 18.
Reasonable. 18 is going to do it.
Get there.
We're at 19 points of
There
damage.
we go.
19 points. Au damage.
He does the worm shuffle. He just kind of runs by the doorway, shoots. You got him, boys.
Alrighty, she is in a whole world of pain right now, even for being an undead vampire. So she's looking bad. I mean, even for her, she's looking bad. Vadin.
I know that radiant damage is going to do more, so I'm going to use my first level spell slot, and I'm going to cast. I'm going to do a guiding bolt on her. So here we go. There we go. 24 to hit. So that's going to do it.
Alrighty.
And 14 radiant damage.
How do you want to make this happen, Vadin? How is she going down?
Yes, your time on this planet is at an end. And let loose a bolt of bluish radiant light that burns a hole, a neat hole right between her eyes. Not messy, not extravagant, and there's a smoke coming out of each side of her head.
Nice. She is smoked upon the battlefield, and her corpse, undead corpse, flops down to the floor uselessly. Graham is on his knees. Oh, somebody get this fucking arm out of my fucking stomach, please. Oh.
And I will go up and start administering first aid to him.
Yeah,
and
he's in a bad way.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a healing potion out of my pouch and here, drink this. It will heal you. And as he's drinking it, I'm gonna then pull the arm out as he's drinking it. Nope.
And he begins to choke on the thing that he's drinking.
Yeah.
And as he kind of wrenches it out and he flops the arm down onto the floor, he says, I could have made it some fucking whiskey or something. Oh.
I was kind of hoping Graham would run in at the last minute and decapitate her and steal the kill.
Yeah, KS, you guys. He's on his knees right now, and he's just kind of like staring down at his open stomach. This guy's going to need some serious like surgery if he is to survive. Like, you can keep him alive with that magic, but he's going to keep losing health the more and more he bleeds out everywhere.
Okay, and then in that case, then I will use my medicine roll or do a medicine check to see if I can stave off the bleeding.
Yeah,
with some herbs and binding his wound. So there we go. It's a 20 on a medicine roll.
So before you start stitching him up, you give him a once over to see if he is, savable. He is. I mean, you think you could save his life, but you'd need several hours. You need the night at the very least to see if he would survive. And this guy's got a fucking open stomach right now, and you're in medieval time. I mean, you got magic that will definitely help, but there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
What's the situation outside like, Wyrme?
Yeah, Wyrme, if you were to you've been outside. If you were to kind of turn around, like, you've started to draw a lot of attention. There is gunfire, which is an unheard sound before. So it's like explosions are happening. As
thunder. It sounds like thunder's happening.
Yeah, like a lot of thunder in a very confined space. And the sound of combat. So absolutely, there are people rushing away in the streets. There's a bit of a pandemonium.
Ajax, it's getting ugly out here.
Man, Ajax is going to scoop up her body.
Okay.
And throw his cloak over it.
I'm gonna step. Oh, I'd like to step up to Graham. We'll never get you out of the city alive. We need a safe place to tend your wounds. Do you know of anything? Quickly.
Check her fucking quarters. If she got anything, then that'll be the place. Man. Worst boss ever. Oh.
I turned to Ajax. I know, buddy. It's been a long time since you had a date, but really?
She's one of them. We don't know if she's going to come back or not. Ajax looks slightly torn between taking an enemy and leaving her here.
I'll poof on the stairs, poof upstairs just as quick as possible. And just scour upstairs while they're tending stuff down here.
Mm-hmm. The other thing to remember as well is you guys are loosely wearing the outfits of guards. I mean, it's not going to stand up for a close inspection, but it's enough probably to pass a peasant that wouldn't dare question you. But yes, you poof up the stairs, and you'll find yourselves, you find yourself rather in Catelyn Van der Brig's private chamber. You see that there is a ritual circle on the floor, drawn in what would you presume to be blood, which has been quite intricately drawn there in the center of the room. She's got a desk where there's a bunch of notes and books, and other than that, it's pretty sparse in here.
There's no type. I'm specifically looking for a healing potion. I don't know if undead, if she would even be able to make use of that or whatever, but that's what I'm scouring for.
Yeah, roll me a quick investigation check.
A quick one. 21.
Actually, make me a long one. The 21, she doesn't have any bottles or what you'd expect to be potions around here. Presumably, she doesn't need them because she's got this weird staff heart thing going on.
Perhaps we should just take the staff. And I pull 2 vials of bubbly red liquid out of a pouch, and I can take care of the body.
All right, Wyrme. You're always wise. And Ajax will throw the body back down, grab his cloak, and pick up the staff.
Absolutely. It feels.
Let somebody else take the staff.
I mean, it feels gross in your hands. The wood almost feels like it's writhing in your hands, and the heart, whilst it's no longer beating, still drips blood down from it.
So I have 2 vials of alchemist fire, and I just drop it on the body.
All right, it just goes and begins to scour away every bit of her undead flesh.
I'm gonna return. There's nothing of use upstairs.
Yeah, Graham's like, oh, no, sorry then. Yeah, you probably fucked with me then. What was up there? Anything? I've never been in there.
Stuff for a ritual. Intricate blood work. Something that would take time to do.
You got blood? You could try the back entrance, but if you're trying to make your way through the city, then it's going to be a rough one.
No, we should use the back.
Should me and Elle look at the circle real quick? Are you trained in magics?
I am versed in the arcane arts, yes. And I will start making my way upstairs.
All right. You see the same scene before you, the two of you, this blood-drawn circle on the ground. You can roll me Arcana checks.
So,
and I'm going to focus on myself for a second and give myself guidance.
Yes. Nice.
So it's going to be 12 and 3, so 15 for me.
that's better than my 11.
Well, Elvadine, this is some form of old, black magic, blood magic, basically, powered by blood. So you would need some blood to use it, and it can be repurposed to various different things. It's not specifically a summoning circle. It's not specifically a teleportation circle. It seems like this can function in many ways. You just have to repurpose it. Now, the problem
Doesn't happen to be on the carpet that we could roll up, does it?
The problem being with this, I mean, not only the fact that it's blood magic, is that you have never used this kind of magic before. You have no idea what the consequences would be of using it.
Mm.
But it certainly would work, you're pretty sure.
Well...
Oh, an experiment.
I'm willing to try. I cannot stand to see someone suffer, especially since he has assisted us. And do I think that I can work with the staff and get this somehow, like, would giving him the staff do anything?
Giving Wyrme the stuff.
No, Graham.
Oh, Graham.
Yeah,
so here's the thing. You've got a source of fresh blood right there.
yeah.
I mean, it's not ethical, but he is Scottish.
I'm not sure I know what that means. that must be island humor.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, do I think if I use Graham's blood, we could maybe teleport out of here?
Yes. You're pretty sure.
Yeah.
You definitely could. I mean, that would be the easiest way to do it, the quickest way to do it.
I go to the top of the stairs and call down, come, Vadin has found something. Come, Graham, we're going to need your assistance.
All right, I'll help Graham up the stairs then.
You are probably either going to rug him or just like carry him up the stairs.
Yeah.
You could carry him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll hand the staff off to Wyrme.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Graham looks at this blood circle in front of him as you drag him up. He sees like a blood staff in the hand. He's like, "What the hell is this? She's up to some weird stuff up here, lads. I think maybe we should go by the back entrance. It'd be a lot faster, really."
Yeah, what are we doing up here? Why aren't we fleeing?
Please come here, and I'll go up to Calium and Ajax and basically just be like, we can teleport out of here unseen.
There's a dum 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 at the front door. Get in here! Let us in! Dum 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 dum.
How? How can we get out?
It's very simple. All of us must stand in the circle first.
Just stand in the circle.
Okay. Ajax gives Vadin a suspicious side eye.
I will attempt to assist Graham in, and I'll try and like sleight of hand a handful of blood to flick down on the circle.
Roll me a sleight of hand. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Absolutely roll a sleight of hand. That is absolutely a 14.
Oh, okay. Any passive perceptions higher than 14? No? All right, good. Then, well, here's the thing. I mean, Graham will notice his blood. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing, mate?" As you do that, but the others don't really notice. You step inside the circle, flick some of his blood down into it. However, I mean, that's enough to like light the thing on. Like that's enough to turn it on. You see the bloodlines in the circles just kind of start to like smoke, almost as if they're heating up, and the blood on the floor begins to boil and grow hot. And Graham's like, "I don't like this at all, not one bit."
That makes two of us.
Doing.
You need more blood.
It is blood magic.
Yeah.
We need blood.
And who exactly do you expect to take this blood from?
Ajax will open his arm. He's not gonna let Graham die.
All right, so you just gotta let her open and start pouring blood down onto the floor. Oh God, oh man! I can't stand the sight of blood.
Turn away.
Graham's actually really squeamish when it comes.
Don't look down.
I'm keenly watching Vadin and Wyrme at the moment to see how they're reacting to this.
I mean, like, as Ajax's blood pours down into it, the lines get hotter and hotter, blood begins to boil, even hotter, still more is needed. Vadin, Wyrme, anything you want to do here, Graham?
I will cut myself, my palm.
And yes, I will take out a small dagger and cut myself.
And Wyrme looks kind of mesmerized by all this. He's taking it in.
This power. Excellent. Now, as this happens, Graham is also kind of bleeding onto it. The blood gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And I would like both Wyrme and Vadin to roll me a, let's see, an Arcana check. If you'd be so kind.
Ooh, nice.
Might I make one?
An 11.
Yeah, go ahead, actually, Cody, because you are paying close attention to what's going on here. Ooh, 19 from Calium. All right, so Wyrme and Vadin, you guys are like, this is working. Like, it's working. And then you're like, wait, how do we point this thing? Like, how do we discern where on Earth we go? Like, how the hell do you do that? We have no idea. Calium, you start to get that sense strongly as well. Like, these guys have just turned this thing on, and you've got no idea where it's going. And that's enough blood at this point. Presumably, it's been targeted to a location, right? Calium manages to work this out that wherever this thing was pointed last is where you guys are going to go. So it's like it's pointed towards your favorite location on Google Maps right now. And you don't seem to have a control over that.
We've activated this and we don't know where it's going to take us. There's no way to control it.
It's going to take us out of here.
And it's going to take us wherever the brig went last.
She was already going to be apprehended by the guards. It can't be any worse than where we are now.
We will at
It
least
could
have
be
some answers.
much, much worse.
Pessimist.
As the
Survivalist. And I'll cut my arm and put blood on there as well.
Yep. That's all that's needed left at this point. And Graham is just like shaking his head like, what the fuck, man? And the blood boils hotter and hotter. The rivulets run down into the woodwork and power up the teleportation circle. And in one blast of heat and blood, the group of you find yourselves no longer in this space. It's not dissimilar to mistwalking for yourself, Calium. However, it's a great deal more unpleasant because when you come out on the other side, the group of you are drenched in blood. and the blood, from the magic spell just kind of goes up on towards each of you, as though you were, like a zombie in a horror movie. Blood bags just spray everywhere, and you find yourselves on the other side, just drenched head to toe in blood. It's like after a combat in Dragon Age, and you. No one worries about how unclean that is, and you find yourselves in a cave, a cavern. It is dark. There's no lights in here. And it seems to have water in the cavern as well, a large kind of circle of water in the center of the cavern as you arrive, and several other tunnels that lead off from here. You're probably fairly well underground at this point.
Is it fresh blood?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Ajax, it's not the first time that he's found himself covered head to toe in blood. Wipes his mouth off. Anybody got a light for us?
Elvadine will light up the end of his staff, and please help me get Graham to the ground. I must begin work.
Yeah. I'm already swimming in that pool of water.
Yeah, the water tastes really tangy and irony, Wyrme.
The water is excellent. Come on in, get the blood off.
I don't think it's taking it off, Wyrme. Does it look, I was going to ask, literally my first question to this cave was, what does it smell like? And then you're telling me that the water is like tangy.
Right.
Is what I think it is. Is it a big pool of blood?
Pretty much. As the kind of ozony smell of the teleportation circle fades away, and all you could smell was blood because it was on you, you wipe it off and have a sniff around, and you look into the murky depths that Wyrme has begun to swim in the shallows of it, and you are swimming in a pool of blood at this point.
Oh, that didn't work out at all.
It has a flow to it as well. So the pool looks like it actually goes down into a cavern below, which you could probably swim through if you really wanted to. But you'd have to swim through a whole lot of blood to do that. Graham is set down, and he essentially just passes out at this point. Blood loss, stress, being Scottish.
Ajax.
Every time.
Yes.
We need to check. We need to surveil while Vadin is working. Vadin, do you have a light that he can take?
Yes, I'll cast light on.
Just on the end of my sword.
Yeah, the end of your sword. I'll gingerly touch the end of his sword and light it up.
Just the tip. Just
the tip.
There's a moment.
How it feels.
Yeah.
So is there So what's the I'm immediately in this is awful. This is dangerous. I'm head on a swivel, freaked out at the moment about other vampires being around and or near us.
Absolutely. Roll me a quick perception check. Take a look around this cavern and see how large it is exactly.
Quick perception check. Neat. 11.
Yeah. Give me a medium-lengthed perception check, please. Yeah, time for a blood transfusion for Graham, right? An 11.
There's plenty of it over here.
Yeah, just pump it back in. Just slap some more, paint some more blood on the Graham. That's how this works, right? But yeah, on 11, the cavern ceiling is fairly high. You do hear the scurrying of what sounds like footsteps off in one direction from the cavern to your north, down where a tunnel leads off. By the time you head in that direction, whatever it is long gone, however. But this is bad news, right? You're in a cavern filled with blood, and it seems to be, it seems to be almost like a river of blood that's flowing around these different caverns, because you can hear other, water running around in the distance as well. Kind of echoes off from the cavern.
So this room that we're in, how many exits and or entrances can I see?
Yeah, you spot 3 exits. You've got a north, an east, and a western tunnel. And you heard the sound from the northern tunnel.
Yeah, I'm ready to go check it out. Just to at least scout. I can always miswalk back really quickly.
I'll back you up, staying about 20 feet behind you.
I will load my thunder cannon and cover L as he works.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm not really looking to split the party per se. I just want to go, just a little bit and kind of see what's around this area. No more than 60, 70 yards from them.
Okay.
It's about half a football field. Wait, I don't know how to say that for you.
We have football fields.
Yeah, they have
I'm
football.
teasing,
It's just
man.
a little
I'm
bit
teasing.
bigger.
Man, you'd be surprised.
I know you got the Jaguars every year, but
I don't know if you know what that is. Yes. Yeah. Why don't you and Ajax? Are you guys going stealthily at this point? Do you want to go quietly, just busting through here?
Oh no, let's stealth.
Let's
Yeah.
stealth. All right, then let's
Stealthing.
roll some stealth checks in here.
21.
21.
I don't like that. Feeling lucky. Gonna use my second one.
I don't like that number anymore.
There you go.
That's better. 17.
Nice. So the pair of you are actually fairly quiet as you head through this little tunnel. Heading about 60, 70 feet, as you mentioned, up along through this cavern. It doesn't split off at any point, but it does open up about 40 feet through into another chamber. You see that there is what seems to be like almost like piping in this chamber where some water and blood is flowing through. It's flowing through into big kegs, barrels, and they seem to be filling them up. And you see that there are three figures, pretty dark at this point, backs turned to you, who are at these kegs. And they seem to be on a production line. The piping of the blood goes into the kegs. They stopper it off. They move the kegs and barrels off onto a cart. It seems like they've got a little factory going on here. And the three of them, if you watch them for a couple of minutes, will eventually move off deeper into the cavern itself.
Okay. That's all I need. That's all I needed, man. It's a big chamber. Nothing I can do yet. So come back, report that to Ajax, whisper it, and then try to just head back to the group.
Okay.
All right. So, Vadin, let's come back to you with your healing of Graham. What kind of healing would you like to do on him right now? What's flavorless?
Well,
We're going to have to remove your stomach.
yes. You don't need to eat, right? There's a famine on anyway. So yes, I will continue to try to use what herbs I can. I do have one more healing potion if I think that will matter.
Yeah, that's probably not. This guy probably just needs some serious messing around in there, stitching some stuff back up, and some serious bandaging because there's just like a hole in his stomach. So it's probably going to be more conventional healing that's going to help him. So you could run me another medicine check here.
Yeah, I'll start tearing the ends of my cloak to, or at least I'll ask Wyrme if he can start doing that.
Okay.
I'll shuffle off part of my cloak and be like, please cut them in 6-inch by 12-inch strips, and pull out my medicine kit and start digging in and give him the. I'll give him the end of my, the end of a dagger to bite down on.
Yeah.
Or wait, you said he passed out. Never mind. Oh god.
Oh, you're right.
I pull out a pair of shears and start cutting strips for him.
So with the guidance, it's going to be a 14 medicine check.
All right. So on a 14, he's going to survive. Whether or not what kind of state he'll be in at the end of all of this with the damage done to his insides will be, but you're pretty sure he'll live. He's probably not going to walk in a very long time. He needs a fairly long recovery time to even get back on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
But he once he was passed out before, he seems to be kind of resting at this point.
Okay. And I'll just bandage him up as tight as I can and use prestidigitation to clean him, the wound, and remove all the blood and soil from him.
Yeah.
Well, I've done all that I can right now. Curses.
I do have some sprockets and springs. Perhaps I could build him better for you.
It'll
can
have to
rebuild.
wait. We are not alone. Cavern to the north, there were 3 figures, let's call them, that seemed to be harvesting the blood in barrels and stopping it.
Alrighty then.
That's just one of the paths. that we have explored, we should find a place, perhaps, to let Graham rest. Elvadine, how long, how many days, how many hours would it take to get Graham up and moving? Doesn't need to be in fighting condition, just walking.
It will be some time. If there are,
you're like
enemies nearby.
I might have an easier way to move him around. We'll have to pop him out every once in a while to breathe.
You would say, Elvin, your best guess is minimum 24 hours if you wanted to move Graham and for him to live. Moving him at this point could kill him.
Yeah. Yes.
And we're just in the middle of this big cavern.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that sack off my belt and start putting it around his feet and inching it up.
Will, I have a question. When I looked in on the north tunnel, was there a light source, or were they working in darkness?
They are working in darkness. Yeah, good question.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
The three of them, just moved off. It seems like.
Are there any rocks or stalagmites, anything like that, in the cave that we might be able to hide Graham behind in the corner?
Yeah,
perhaps?
he could. If you were to lay him down, he would be hidden from most angles. In this patch of stalagmites.
Yeah, that's what we should move him behind the stalagmites while he rests.
So you do not want to put him in my sack, Callum?
I mean, you tell me. Is that wise?
It's up to his waist by now. I've never tried it like this before.
Well, will he completely fit inside?
I believe so.
It could be dangerous.
Everything is a dangerous option for us at this point.
Could we maybe just leave his head out? I don't know.
Will, DM?
I don't want to see this.
Make a ruling.
Do we want to do some science here? Because I sure do.
Wyrme is down.
So if you wanted to, put the rest of his body, except from his head, so he's just popping out the top of this sack. You still have to carry him, right? You couldn't it's not like the weight just disappears on him because he has to be fully in for the weight to go. So if you wanted to put him in to your sack and then for just carry it like a normal sack, you had to put him all in and remove him every 10 minutes and pop the head down.
This is so awful.
It's not the worst thing you've done to Graham so far, let's be honest.
We saved his life.
Oh, we saved his life, man. He just used him to power a blood circle a little bit. It's fine.
It's whatever.
We all powered the blood circle. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Once you've saved someone's life, you really do own it. So
we're like Joe Rogan. Right? We didn't ask him to do anything that we wouldn't do.
Well, the bag holds 500 pounds, not to exceed the volume is 64 cubic feet. So it'll definitely fit.
Yeah,
bag weighs 15 pounds regardless of contents. Retrieving an item requires an action.
All right. Well, if it's too much of a burden, Wyrme, I can carry Graham.
Oh, wait a minute. There is a part about breathing.
There's a part about breathing.
We're all waiting for Nerdarchy to catch up. We're like, yeah.
So I believe this will work, but Ajax is going to have to carry the bag, and we're going to have to leave the head out.
Okay.
It's going to look a little odd.
You just
look like Chewie with C-3PO over his back.
help me adjust it because I don't end up sitting on his head.
Oh my God, you have a cram cod piece. That's disgusting. Shift it to the left.
Wear it to the left.
Jim's dice bag has a whole new fucking meaning.
Oh,
We're gonna fucking all right.
Oh, I gotta stop myself.
Are we really gonna do this?
Yeah.
It's
Reasonable with me.
You're gonna have
It's
to
either
lead the
that
way.
or we stay here and risk being discovered.
You should sheathe your sword.
Yeah.
So, are you saying you found your way to a vampire tap room?
Yes. And I look back over at Ajax. I told you it could get much, much worse.
He like looks around.
Are they vampires?
Much worse.
We're not in a city full of our enemies trying to kill us, and they don't know we're here.
No, just perhaps a cavern full of magic-sensing undead beings.
Not a problem.
Are you sure they're
For
magic?
some of us. I am
thought
not
you were
sure of anything, Wyrme. I did not get close to them. Perhaps east would serve us better.
That might be a good idea.
Or left. Perhaps left will serve us better. Yeah, let's go that way. I want to lead. I just want to lead people to that tunnel because I know that there's dudes over there, and that appears to be a large room, area, place. I don't want to take us into a large place that I may not have seen everything.
Yeah. Okay. You as a party, your definite rule is never enter any large spaces without having previously been in there before, as witnessed just now. The group of you carrying Graham in something of a fashion succeed in making him alive into that next room as you head towards the east. I'm guessing, Calium, you're scouting ahead again with Ajax or just on your own?
Just on my own. I assume that the three of them are a little bit more clustered and grouped up, a bit behind me.
Yeah, okay. Why doesn't everybody roll me a quick stealth check? Let's have a group stealth check here.
Nice, long, slow stealth check.
Yeah, nice, long. Let's take it slow and creepy, guys.
Didn't feel like that was necessary.
17.
It is. We're in a vampire camp. Let's see. 17. Oh, wow. These are some pretty dope stealth rolls right there. Okay. So the group of you are quiet as the grave as you step through the eastern cavern. It leads on for quite some time. You're walking, slowly, so not a normal pace because you're being careful to creep around every corner. Calium scouts ahead and reports back every couple of moments or so. You do not see any figures along the way. However, you do hear sounds as though they are, as though there's a little scratching coming from within the walls themselves. It might be vermin or something like that, but it's quite regular and it seems to follow you guys as you move through the cavern. Every couple of moments or so, quietly, sometimes louder, which would appear to kind of follow you guys through the caverns as you go. After this 20, maybe even 30 minutes of walking in a great deal of suspense in the group, you not knowing what you're about to find, you see a black door made of cast iron, would seem like, and painted at the end.
When I see a black door, I want to paint it red.
Well, Graham might be able to help.
Blood?
It's one door at the end. And you haven't really seen many rooms, or any rooms, in fact, on the way. It's just kind of built out tunnels.
As we approach the door, I kind of stop. Vadin, tell me, when we first arrived in the tunnels, was there a circle at the point where we arrived at on the floor? I don't remember.
Let me think back.
Think back, and as though another mind was speaking to you from above, you remember there was not.
I don't believe there was, no.
I'll examine the lock, or if there is even a lock, whatever mechanism there might be.
There is a lock on it, and it does appear to be locked.
Oh, well, I guess I will investigate first and foremost to see if there's any traps or anything on there. 16.
It would appear as though, with most things around here at the very least, there is just above the lock itself, as you inspect the mechanism, there's a lock which a key would fit in, as per usual. And there is a little kind of circular hole with a little lip to it, as though it were like the other half of a beaker for a vessel. It would look as though something goes in there, some kind of fluid, presumably. You have found Lee Sable Dice Gloria.
It was inevitable. It was inevitable. I will.
Only a matter of time, right?
I'm gonna before he continues, I'm gonna step forward and basically put my hand on Wyrme's shoulder and be like, "Be careful, my friend," and have guidance.
Okay. It appears to be trapped. I will see if I cannot jam the mechanism with this piece of wire.
All right, let's do it.
So that is a that is a 13.
Excellent. So here's a weird thing with this one. Bad way to start that sentence, perhaps. Here's the strange thing you notice when you try this mechanism. Like, you feel like you haven't got it. You really feel like you're really struggling with it. It probably takes you a couple of minutes to even find the kind of point that you're looking for, like kind of pressure points on this. After a little while of struggling, it seems as though the lock almost just undoes itself. And you're pretty sure you haven't done the right, like finishing move that you always go for on these locks, and it just kind of unlocks itself.
That doesn't seem right.
Well
that doesn't
done.
seem right.
And I roll to the side of the door. It's as if it unlocked itself.
Oh, Wyrme.
That is unsettling.
We listen. We listen intently. Is somebody coming through the door?
Yeah, roll me perception checks.
Shing.
Oh, bitch!
Yeah, that's not really a thing I do.
Yeah,
Well,
I rolled that nat 20, yo.
yeah.
You still got more than me.
Nice. Nat 20. Disturbingly enough, you hear no one on the other side having unlocked this door.
it is deathly silent.
What is the likelihood that it is trapped? I do find it strange that there would even be a door locked down here. Unless it is something that higher up would keep those on the assembly line out.
That's what you find strange. They painted it black. Why do you even bother painting a door black in a cave?
That we needed to pour blood into a transportation circle to reach. Yes, I find a locked door strange here.
There's surely an exit to the surface somewhere.
Through the locked door.
It's not locked anymore.
What's inside?
Do you care to open it? I am still reeling a bit.
Yeah, Ajax will open the door.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Cube, but like, I don't got enough hit points for this. I'm just saying. I don't.
Oh man! All right. As you open the door, everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw real fast. No
It
reason.
worked really well.
Nothing to do with the door that you just opened. If you're wondering,
Oh, thank God.
completely unrelated.
Shit.
I just want to see if you guys can.
Oh, 26. Good
Why
time
does
to
it
get
keep,
it.
I
why
don't
does
know.
it keep double rolling for me?
Are you rolling with advantage or disadvantage? Something?
No, I don't have that selected. I've just noticed that it's done that the last 2 times I've rolled.
Yeah, that's right.
Not sure.
I'll take the first one, 15.
Yeah. So we got a 24 from Ajax, 18 from Calium, 15 from Vadin, and 26 from Wyrme.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Nobody feels any different.
Does it smell it? No, I'm kidding.
However, as Ajax opens the door, you see inside not a huge chamber, really a medium-sized chamber. Like a 50 by 50. It's got a large, round, dark oaken table within the center. Seats are around it. No one is sitting at the tables. You don't see any other entrances or exits to this place. However, you do see that there is a almost what looks like a crown, more like a circlet, really, more similar to what Vadin is wearing, which is in the middle of the table, made of a rusted iron, which is sitting in the center of the table. As you look around, you don't see any figures inside. Nothing immediately jumps out at you, and you don't feel any different as you do step in here.
So I will like dart forward like a chipmunk or a squirrel to the table to investigate the thing, and muttering to myself, "Don't put it on, Wyrme. It's a bad idea, Wyrme. Don't put it on." And I will use my analyze magic ability to see what's going on with this thing.
Nice. So you're gonna touch this thing at all, or are you just looking at it?
First, I'm just going to look at it, and then I will use detect magic as a ritual.
Yeah. It definitely had magic in it once. It was definitely a vessel for it, and it still could be used as it. However, it seems like the magic within it has long faded. This thing is probably very old. You can tell it's rusted away. So it looks like its former glory has passed. Everyone's stepping inside. Is anyone staying in the hallway or in a tunnel back there?
I'll go ahead and move inside.
Yeah, I'll move inside as well.
Yeah, if everybody else is.
All right. The door shuts behind you.
There it is.
I mean,
Oh, that was clever.
what else are we expecting here? You're looking at this little rusted iron circlet. You hear the sound of moving stone from above, and a top of the ceiling seems to kind of pull its way back. And a staircase descends, stone staircase. This thing is impressive mechanically for this to happen. It's almost, you guys have played Oblivion, right? This is what we're talking about here, when you guys are in some Wyrme ruins and the like.
Yeah.
And this thing kind of descends down, and you see a man stepping down there as well. He has jet black eyes, not unlike those of Catelyn van der Brig. He has long, flowing robes, but open-chested as well, where you can see tattoos that seem to move across his skin at all times. He's heavily tattooed all over with what looks like magical circles and runes across him. He's very tall, coming in well over 7 feet, but spindly and thin as well. Doesn't appear to be armed in any way, and steps down the stone staircase in front of you. Looks at the group of you, sees Wyrme with the circlet, says, "I don't know if you want to touch that at all. Doesn't seem like a good idea to me."
I was so tempted to touch it, let me tell you.
It looks
Fascinating.
It is.
I was a little concerned about tetanus.
No, I understand, but I think it's pretty clean. Maybe we could buff it up a little bit.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. I cast mending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it begins to, the rust goes away, begins to get some of its luster back. The man before you, he nods in approval. That's a bit better.
You seem to have really nice manners for a vampire.
He, what can I say? We don't all have to be bloodsuckers who are crazed and out for the blood of humans. Some of us are a little bit more sophisticated than that.
Is that why you have a brewery of blood?
That's correct, yes. We distill it here and do our best not to invade into the world of mortals as best we can.
Where does the blood come from?
That would be telling, but believe it or not, a lot of people are more amenable to the idea of vampires than you might suspect. We have something of a charm, I suppose. Strange though it may be.
When he says that, I avert my eyes from him looking at his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, all of you will notice that he's an intensely attractive person. He's got classically good looks, and just seems to be enigmatic. Have a power about him, which it shows that he's confident in himself, and doesn't appear to be. He's not an ugly vampire spawn with flesh coming off his arms or anything. This guy's clearly got something to him.
He is really good looking for a dead guy.
Yes.
One might say he's drop dead gorgeous. Sorry.
I like that. That's good. Very good. I mean, we don't get a lot of humor down here,
So, have we wandered into your parlor?
He smiles and says, no, this used to be a meeting room of some old friends of ours, but they don't use it anymore. This is more of a storage room, I suppose, for the circlet there. The table. Not much use for it these days, but maybe in some time.
So at this point, usually vampires try to kill us.
Right.
It's been my experience.
Well, yeah, understandable. But I don't intend to hurt you in any way, nor do any of my kin. Of course, we smelt you as soon as you came in here. The fresh beating blood of your hearts is intensely attractive to some of my more bestial kin. No, fear not, I have assuaged their hunger for now.
That is mighty generous of you. And I must say, the rumors we've heard don't really match up to meeting you in person.
He shrugs and says, well, I suppose you've probably been talking to the wrong kinds of people then. I suppose you might have had a conversation with a Darian.
There was a person who definitely painted you in a darker light.
Right. Well, I understand. You know, when you're a ancient vampire such as myself, you get used to the hate. The comments and the like. They really don't bother me so much anymore. A Darian, though, is something of a fervent enemy of mine.
Are you connected to the Emperor?
No. Would that I were. You roll me an insight check on that, by the way, because you've heard otherwise, right?
We have heard otherwise.
Pretty sure this guy's the Order of the Chalice, so.
Right.
Yeah.
What should we call you?
Yes. We did not get your name. Nice.
18 on that insight. He's not telling the truth about that. He is not telling the truth about not being in any way connected to the Emperor.
I can't believe they would spread such lies about you.
Well, you know, sometimes their mortals can be really jumpy. You know, so quick to come to a conclusion that might not be true.
What is your feelings about the Emperor? He did have some unpleasant plans for us.
Yes, Godfrey is something of a bastard and a cheat, and a weakling, a coward, and should be sentenced to the worst possible death.
All I know is he wanted to take our lungs and rip them from our bodies. I do not approve.
Bestial at best, my friends. I would hate to see any such fate befall such fine companions as yourselves. At the very least, death for you would be passing away in your sleep, the blood being drank from your neck whilst two vampire women were lustfully engaging in whatever activities you so desired.
I think you just described Ajax's Saturday night.
What have we done to earn your favor, Great One?
Well, first of all, you killed that bitch. Catelyn Van de Brick, yeah. A real pain in my ass, that one. Throwing things around, you know, bringing back guards from the dead in the capital city. I mean, if there's any way that people are going to learn about us, then, I mean, that's going to be it, right? I mean, let's face it, we're kind of a secretive bunch, us vampires. We don't really like to be outed, and Catelyn was doing that for us, so you have my thanks for seeing to her dispatch. I would have sent some in her stead, but, well, you saw to the task.
Did you not hold the power to deal with that nuisance, as you put it, yourself?
Oh, of course. I can do as I please, but, well, I didn't realize exactly how bad she'd gotten.
We did remove the evidence for you.
I appreciate that, I do. I did send a cleanup team around. I'm sure that they'll be pleased to find some of their work has already been done.
So how do we clear up this misunderstanding?
Right, yes, no, we do have something of a misunderstanding. You and I, it would seem. Perhaps you think I am a creature of pure evil. Well, I'm not. I'll tell you what I am. I'm a businessman. Fair and honest when it comes to that. If you do right by me, I do right by you. If you betray me, turn your back on me, or just try to kill me for who I am, then I take great offense to that. And my little empire here, I suppose, in the realms below, do not see kindly to that either. But you wish for this emperor to be out of position, correct?
I'm much like yourself and just a businessman. I'm trying to conduct business. I was quite happy to leave the emperor be, but he would not leave me be.
Right.
The Emperor has committed many crimes in the name of the 100. We are no fans.
I think it is the other way around.
Regardless, the 100 keep much for themselves and share little with the common folk.
Right. And I bet Darian's told you some long-winded, complicated story about how you can put someone that you want in the Emperor's throne. So that's going to change anything, right? I mean, let's face it, mates. Power corrupts. Can you rightly say that if you were in the seat of the Emperor, that you might not be tempted to put your finger in the honeypot, as it were, make a few allowances here and there for your friends?
I believe he was going to put that crazy niece of his in the Emperor's stead.
Oh, she is a fine...
Deception 10.
Okay. He smiles and says, "She is one fine specimen, that one. Yeah." But I doubt that a Darian would go to such lengths to put his granddaughter in charge. He's too much of a soft-hearted old fool for that. But listen, if you really think that a Darian's way is going to fix anything, change things for the common people that you so love, and, well, let's face it, I have a mutual need for these people. They serve as blood vessels for us. Not that we kill them, but we do use them for their blood, which is a gift to us, and we repay them with gold as far as we can. I wish for there to be no emperor. I would see some of the common folk in charge around here and making some sensible decisions for those that they know and care about.
So what would you propose?
Well, I would propose...
You said you're a businessman.
I would propose a deal, yes. I would propose that we see to the permanent end to the emperor and, well... We may ruffle some feathers with a Darian in that case, but it would mean that we would need to kill all of the 100. Do you have any complaints with that?
Ajax, he is speaking your language.
No, Ajax is listening pretty intently. He assumes he's being told what he wants to hear, but it's a tempting offer.
You can roll me some insight checks on this as well as a party to see what you think of this gentleman.
I do not trust him.
And yet you trust a Darian, who is contented to sit idly by.
Oh my God.
He told us to our face that he did not care for our war. He did not care to take part or help or be a part of what we were doing. We are no concern of his. And yet here is... let's say a man, and I kind of look back up at him, that is offering us everything we want.
Yes.
You say you pay gold. I have learned, what is the saying? Trust, but verify. You're a businessman. I'm sure you can understand that.
Indeed I do. I'm paying gold or whatever currency that you're looking to trade in. Power, women.
Can you show us? Show us someone who has been acquired into the business model, that has left the business model. Let us talk to them. Let us verify.
Very well. I can see that you're going to need some persuading, and well, I am no stranger to that, being in my line of business. He says, first of all, introductions are in order. My name is Curtis Wyrme, which I will spell for you all here in the most complex way. Curtas, Curtas. Got a good ass on him. And wine with a Y. Curtis Wyrme.
Curtis Wyrme.
Which has the added benefit of sounding a bit like Curtis Swine. Yes. But he's got open arms at this point. On your inside checks, you got a 10. 11 there of Vadin, a 10 from Ajax, and an 18 from Wyrme. You guys, you're talking to a vampire. You can only trust him as far as you can throw him, as far as you're concerned. You are in a creepy, underdark place with blood pouring out from everywhere. So you got to take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt. But he does seem to at least believe what he's saying, and hasn't made any move to attack or harm you at this point. So he's got that going for him.
So, how do we proceed from here?
So, why don't you come and meet some of my companions? And he gestures towards the staircase. Again, you will not be harmed. Feel free to leave back the way you came.
We have no choice but to continue onward.
And we wish to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Yes. I'm used to taking orders, but this is unsettling. How much is hidden from us?
What can I say? Would that everything were transparent, but people don't understand a lot of the time. We get hunted and killed, and, well, the mages as well in their lodges. Not friends of ours, historically.
No.
They have hounded me for most of my life, so I understand that.
For many of us, he says, as he's walking up the staircase with you, this life has been thrust upon us. He leads you up through the staircase, which leads even higher upwards until you actually break into a compound. And it would appear that you are in a castle. You break out into the courtyard of a castle. These steps just kind of naturally lead up there. You see the light coming up, and you enter into a castle. There is a banner flying above. You can roll a history check to see if anyone recognizes this banner.
I will do that.
Let's see.
24.
24. So, you would recognize, and an 18 as well from someone else I saw an 18 segment. Maybe
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, there you go. Anyone who rolled over above 15 would recognize this emblem as being that of one Sir Tana Rock, which I'll Sir Tana Rock.
What is the significance of that?
Right. So he is a member of the 100, importantly, but did not take any active part in the War of Thorns. Did not, when the banners were called, he did not side with Sir Wenton and the Emperor, which is of note. He's seen as something of a turncloak. And something of a slippery figure that might be propaganda, right? Because he didn't join in. He's seen as a deserter to the cause, but he did not fight against you. So, he's not responsible for the murder of anyone's family.
According to the laws of the land, is there blowback for not answering the call?
Yeah, he should be sentenced to death for this. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably it's only a matter of time before Sir Wenton's knights head this way and sack the castle. He signed his own death warrant basically by refusing to sign up. But during the war, it's more important to put their resources towards fighting your army, I suppose. So you see that flag up there, the one of Satana Rock, flying high above the castle, and Curtis leads you through the compound itself. There are a bunch of guards around here. Some appear to be human, others would have the same kind of jet black eyes, which would signify that they are most likely some kind of undead creature, maybe a vampire spawn. We're not really sure what the difference is. One of them seem to be any of those mindless zombies that were raised by Catelyn Van Der Breakout. They all seem to have their own intelligence and seemingly their own free will. He leads you through the courtyard into the tower itself. And he says, for many of us, this wasn't a chosen way of life. This was forced upon us. And, well, what can one do when life takes a turn for the worse? Well, you can either die out there in the wastes, going mad, hungry for blood, starving, unable to die truly until one day you choose to take your own life, or you can find a brotherhood and join in companionship and try and make something good of your life again. That's what we offer here. My Order of the Chalice, we help those. We try and rehome, I suppose, some of those lost wild beasts that you might have heard about in tales.
Yes. Well, I must say, this is all rather a bit much. You mean to believe we should accept that you're not here to harm us? That you're not just toying with a meal?
Well, let's face it. If I wanted to have you all killed, I could have done that a long time ago.
Yes, but I see from the banners outside that perhaps you need us more than you initially let on. Is it not an expectation that Sir Rock, not heeding the call of the banners, has placed himself in his stead in great danger?
He nods and says, well, that's actually who I'd like you to meet. But yes, Sir Rock has, a fair bounty on his head, but it won't be until early spring next year, perhaps until Sir Wenton's armies are ready to march again on Rock. I mean, he is something of a minor footnote. Inevitably, he will die, but we have him whilst we need him. And, well, he agreed to this deal. And he sends up the staircase and knocks on the door. The door opens up, and you see a relatively young man for Sir Rock that you're surprised by his youth. I mean, you'd be aware of his name, but you would never have seen this man. You'd never have encountered him before or seen his face anywhere. So it's not unusual, I suppose. But he's probably about in his early 20s. He's wearing his colors proudly on his tabard. Dark little bit of hair, which kind of flops off to the back. He kind of slicks it back with wax in something of an unhealthy fashion, to be honest. And he smiles as he sees Curtis. He says, "Oh, Curtis, I wasn't expecting you. How can I help?" And he goes to shake the hands of each of you. You know, do like kind of the arm shake, basically. He says, "I'm Sir Rock. Pleased to meet you all." He looks towards Curtis. "These are some new investors of mine. Potential investors, at least."
Greetings, I suppose. Right order.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yes. Pleasure to... I think I recognize this band, Curtis. Were you not... did you not fight in the War of the Fawns? Are you not the wanted criminals escaped from Ostwald?
One and the same.
It was a bit of a misunderstanding.
I understand. And he says, often everything is just a matter of the opportune moment, as it were. And, well, glad to see that you're still alive.
Yes. There is another matter, and I turn to Wyrme and Vadin, and just like Graham's head in the bag.
He's going to be pissed.
Yeah, we have
a Graham.
An injured party, someone who helped us escape the city. We can't speak for where his loyalties lie, but he helped us.
He requires a safe space to rest and recuperate.
Curtis, calls the attention of a few guards and says, find a safe room for him. Find one of the medical crew and see if they can't patch him up a little bit. And Graham's like, what the hell? Oh, you.
Marv tries to give his companions like a look, but he's trying to also not let on at the same time.
But yeah, they carry Graham away into a room and presumably try to heal him some, or at least make him comfortable.
Or turn him into a vampire.
Turn him into a vampire.
Healing, turning into a vampire, very similar procedures. So
At least he's still alive.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't want to be a vampire. Oh, crap. Curtis says, why don't you tell them, Sir Rock, a little bit about our bargain? And he said, oh, right, yes. Well, I suppose I can if you're looking to work with Curtis, and I suppose you're trustworthy enough to speak. Well, first of all, he's a man of his word. You have it from me as one of the 100 that he has never sought to betray me and has always been true to his word. We struck a deal a while back when the banners were called. My wife, she had fallen gravely ill. Her life was ebbing away, and I had to prepare to say farewell to her. It would have broken my heart to have done so, having only married her the summer before. And well, Curtis, we met, and Curtis nods and says, and I made sure that she received the healing that she needed from our mages. And he nods and says, that's right. And were it not for Curtis, then she would not be with us to this day. Oh, I know what you're thinking as well. He probably turned her into a vampire. No, they have powerful magics which healed her body from the inside. The sickness that was upon her, that plagued her body, was freed from her, cleansed. She is not a vampire. She is flesh and blood, alive and well. You can see her. And he kind of calls down and he says, Amira, come up here if you would. A few moments later, radiant, very beautiful woman, about the same age as Sir Rock, appears Lady Amira Rock. She looks hale and hearty. There is definitely real blood flowing behind her skin. She smiles. Guests, Curtis, I'm glad you stopped by. You must stay for dinner. And Curtis says, I've got some business first, Amira, with these companions here, but just wanted to verify the fact that you are indeed alive and well and not some kind of vampire spawn. She nods and says, no, nothing of the sort. It's not part of our agreement.
See. Well, I feel better about Graham's fate then.
Yes, Curtis says, in actuality, in order to be sworn into our brethren, it's something of a process. You see, we don't take it lightly. It's as much a curse as it is a boon, and forcing this upon anyone would be unnatural.
I'm glad to see that you have an ethic and stick to it.
That's right. The Order has a very strict code.
At some point, Ajax wants to lean into Wyrme. It looked like Wyrme had something to say before they took Graham away. Thoughts, Wyrme?
I fear for Graham is all.
Yeah. I worry as well, but they have a secure place for us. The Adarian had a camp in the woods, and he didn't tell us anything about what we would face. I mean, he warned us about the vampires, but not...
Yes, and also his information about the brig was unfortunate.
Faulty, I think is the word you're looking for.
At the very worst, traitorous.
Yes.
Oh, yes, vampires have very good hearing.
He smiles, little fangs come out for a second.
Yes.
I rub my neck a little.
Let us break bread then.
Yes, let's all go down to the dining halls and eat. And as the party descend down, Zarok and his wife, he's quite chatty. He's actually glad to have someone to speak to, it sounds like. He's interested in hearing any war tales that you have as well. He says, part of the agreement is that I didn't join the war. Sad to say that had it not been for Curtis, I would have been on the wrong side. And, well, we'd have been on blade, perhaps.
Well, apparently you would have been on the winning side, though.
Well, yes, but not always. The winning side is not always the right side. I'm sure you understand that better than most.
Better than most, yes.
Agreed.
You see, well, I understand that if we are to win this, wine is being poured. It is wine, and foods as well. Bread and salt has been broken, which is indeed the traditional way of being welcomed into one's hearth and home and being offered protection and safety.
That is good, but this keep is very red.
Curtis will go on and say, he's right. He is well aware, Sir Rock, of the deal that we struck. If we are to overthrow this emperor and the ancient mysticism behind it that a Darien and the Shattering hold, then Sir Rock's life will pass. And Sir Rock nods and says, something that I've made my peace with, as you well know, Curtis. After all, I'll still be with you. And Curtis nods. It seems as though the deal here is that Curtis agrees to die and to join into the Order of the Chalice and didn't call the banners in order for this castle, this fort, and his troops to come under the command of Curtis and his band of vampire brood, basically.
I'll try to make polite conversation and try to get some strategy out of it. So, obviously this was a very valuable ally for you, Curtis. Tell me, how many troops do you command should the Sir Winton come calling?
He says, there are 50 heavy cavalry under the command of Sir Rock here, and twice as many infantrymen. It's a well-defensible court. Of course, they would come in far larger numbers than that, in their thousands, I'm sure, and, we would be able to grind them down, I'm sure. The added benefit, of course, is that some of our brood is here. They go 10 to 1 for any mortal. They're far stronger than the playthings that Catelyn had been raising. Mindless creatures, those. Very distasteful amongst our community.
Disgusting.
Agreed. He is drinking the wine as well. He's not eating any of the food, but he's drinking the wine.
That is good to hear. Sir Heron Briggs, his forces did not fare so well against our common folk. Of course, that is with that ugly mug Ajax over there leading the charge.
It is true that alone stopped many a foe. No offense.
I heard a tale of the battle. Very impressive.
It was a bloody affair. I'm sure you would have loved it.
Well, that's true, I'm sure. I try not to give in to my indulgences whenever I can, preferring to stay off the field of battle. You see, we could really do with a tactical mind or four around here.
I bet you could.
Yeah. I mean, in Ajax's head, he's very tempted. Mm-hmm. These people want to overthrow. Ajax is out for vengeance, but he's keeping it to himself right now.
Honestly, I never intended to be on the battlefield. I'm a merchant, really. I just wanted to sell my goods. But before you know it, there's posters everywhere with Wyrme's face on them. I had no choice but to fight.
Wyrme, you've always feigned indifference to our cause, but you didn't have to supply us. You didn't have to be there at Howlister.
You needed weapons. I make weapons. It just seemed to make sense.
Well, arms are very important when it comes to supplying an army. So
that's what my pa always said.
Right.
Or at least I think he was my pa. It's really hard to tell. Kobolds, we get raised in these clutches. There's hundreds and hundreds of eggs. We all burst out at the same time. Anyone could have really been our pa.
He nods slowly and takes a deep draught of wine.
Yeah, generally we just pick the one we like the most.
Fascinating how lineage works in your society.
Is there a... well, Curtis, what exactly do you require of us?
Now listen, chaps. What I'm proposing is treasonous beyond measure, but doesn't really matter because I'm an ancient vampire and you're all wanted by the crown. So I figure I can be pretty plain with you. I want you to lead this band here, and I want you to kill the 100, each and every one of them, with me. And I want to destroy the throne of Emperor, and I want to put someone else in charge. Or something else. I mean, it strikes me that maybe one mind isn't enough to rule a whole kingdom. Perhaps a group of wise individuals would have better luck, representatives of the people as well as the nobles.
And would you choose these representatives?
He shrugs his shoulders. It'd have to be some kind of process, I'm sure.
We could put a bunch of names in a hat.
And tell me, Curtis, what of Vadin? You have a, as you put it, nemesis out there. But, though his information almost got us killed, we wouldn't have had that opportunity if he had not come to our aid first.
True enough. I suppose I owe a Darien a debt of gratitude for that. However, he has slaughtered beyond measure members of my kin.
Do you have proof of this?
Really? He is in a wheelchair after all.
He wasn't always in a wheelchair. Well, I don't have the bodies for you right now, but I have the those who remember.
Well, I don't trust a Darien, Calium. He kept too much from us.
I have no love for Adarian.
That niece of his, she's crazy. I know Ajax is quite fond of her, but she's crazy.
Nor do I trust her either.
She's a killer. I like her no matter what.
You've always had a strange taste in women.
Curtis says, well, he did lead you into the nest of a feral vampire.
He did, without warning us ahead of time. Surely he knew. Surely he expected us to bring her back. I think that...
Do you suppose perhaps he intended for us to kill her, knowing that she would turn on us if we showed up?
He could have warned us ahead of time if that's what he wanted.
Well, perhaps he wanted to take care of us as well. We would take each other out.
Curtis says, once again, you, my friends, are welcome to do whatever it is you want to do. If you want to go back to Darien and figure that out from there, I can give you directions back in that direction to the capital city.
You would let us walk freely back to Adarian. Your sworn nemesis. Someone who I imagine you would rather not be around to see another day.
Are you kidding me? If you walk back there, I'd know exactly where his camp was.
That's That's what I was thinking.
So either way, it's a win-win. You can throw in your lot with me and we can strike a bargain. Or you can throw in your lot with Adarian. Or you can walk back to your homesteads.
I have no more home.
Who would you start with?
He says, well, we fought a war. That didn't work so well for us in killing lots of the 100. They've got troops, and well, whilst we have something of a small standing force here, it's not enough to go around the kingdom butchering each and every one of them. No, we need a gathering. Get them all in one place. We need some kind of big event.
Like a new coronation?
Like a new coronation.
And 4 outlaws are going to put together this event for you. I think we might be looking at the wrong strategy for our particular talents.
Perhaps we can find a way together through deceit. As mentioned, I do have some powerful allies. He mentions towards Sorok, who have influence within the capital. We could set you up with a venture there within the court. Now, that would be a whole nest of vipers that you'd be with there. But can't be worse than hearing.
Yeah.
It is at least something for us to think about. We were fighting the 100 anyway.
Yes.
It's true.
Something else to think about.
Curtis, you are wise. You've lived, as you said, many, many years in your ancient life. I'm sure you have developed a bit, at least I hope, of patience and understanding that this is a lot for us over dinner.
Of course, of course. Enough business.
Perhaps we could find a place to rest, visit with our friend, Graham?
Of course, yes. Well, if you go up there should be other rooms available for you as well. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. And
to
so
you?
Rock says, a pleasure as well. I hope that you, I hope that you stick around.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Yes,
if not, you'll be traitors. Is that a joke? Because you're all traitors already.
Already.
And so am I, so...
That is very observant.
His wife puts a hand on him like, no, enough. And he nods. Yes, I know. So if you were to ascend up to the chamber to find Graham, you find him there in his bed. He's sitting upright, and he's got like a goblet of wine in his hand. He's, oh, holy shit, guys! They gave me some good shit right then. Whoa, I am feeling like I could run really fast. We should run.
That is really good. And I go over and start inspecting his neck.
Yeah, his pupil's like super dilated is the first thing that you'll notice. You know, he's had a big hit or something right now. You look at his neck. There's no bite marks or wounds on his neck. It looks like where he's been bitten. He takes another sip from the cup. Oh, that's good.
Are you sure you're not the vampire now?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Are you a vampire?
No, I'm a kobold.
El, do you think that this is a very strange recovery? What magics do you know of, have heard of, that might be able to give our friend Graham such a fast transformation? It is unsettling. You mean about...
Elvin speaks really silently for a moment.
Can't read lips? You don't have the observant feet? Well,
Very
vampires do live long lives. It is not outside the realm of possibility that they have developed something that could do this. And I want to do a quick medicine check on him, just to, check his pulse and kind of look at him.
Could I assist him with alchemy or poisoner's kit, whichever would be
yeah, you can take the help action, so you can get advantage on this check, Vadin.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
17. He's been drugged up on some serious painkillers. Like, you know, this is serious dosage right now. This is like combat, field triage medicine. Like, you just stick something in them and they go on adrenaline, basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yes, this is temporary. He should not be moved still. He will still require some time to heal. But...
And you're sure he's not a vampire?
He has a pulse. He has blood flowing through his veins.
Anyone have any garlic? I'm kidding.
I always carry free cloves. Graham's like, I feel a lot better now. I think we can just go back, somewhere. Where are we going? What's the plan, guys? I kind of had a rough day of it or two, My boss turned out to be some kind of vampire thing, and then all the guys that we just killed there, and I don't even know your names.
I think maybe you should take another day or two before we go any further with this conversation. You might want to gather your wits a bit.
Right,
my name is Ajax.
Yes.
Ajax.
Oh, yes, but we can do introductions.
Right, yeah.
Wyrme, they call me.
Calium Ne'eris.
I am Vadin.
Okay, great. So I'm just gonna pass out again, probably.
That would probably be best.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good idea. He's going to freak out when he realizes we're surrounded by vampires.
We should write him a note.
Don't be...
Take your medicine, and they're vampires.
It's gonna be take your medicine, then ... Vampires.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're alone in this room now. The door can be closed behind you, so you're pretty sure that you're in private.
Yeah.
That is quite a proposition.
It's very tempting.
I feel like we have a basket full of bad options.
Or great ones.
Well, it all depends on how it comes out, doesn't it? So...
I just feel like everyone is lying.
Everyone is lying.
Most of the time that is the case. But whose lies, the goals of certain lies align with our own. And if we know they're lying, well, the best part of avoiding a trap is knowing it's there.
I just wish I could believe them. I would love to plunge my blade into a few of the 100, set their families back.
Yes.
But would it actually happen? Would it come to fruition? I do not know.
I just don't want to become one of the undead. I already have issues with sunlight.
I'm inclined to believe this vampire. He could have killed us. We are used to him, at least, and his ally is an outlaw. Whereas our rescuer has been mysterious, manipulative, and withholds information. No good options, but I'll take the one that involves me killing as many of these bastards before they get me.
Our rescuer is mysterious. Like someone who has a lot to lose might be. Like you or I might be. The vampire speaks with a loose tongue. That makes me nervous.
Well, what about the rest of the camp? Not just a Darien. There were others, weren't there? Vin, another of your, the Elder?
There were only a handful there, though.
Yeah.
There are more of these dangerous beings in this keep alone. Yet alone, who knows how many are out there in the wilds, in the capital. But I think you're onto something, Ajax. This vampire, he wants to use us. As long as we are useful to him. We don't even have to lie. Maybe we'll just be killing 100. Until we can see his true motivations. Obviously, we have no ability to return to Adarian should we want to do that and take that course anyways.
Yes.
We would only put them in danger.
Yes, I could see him using us to remove his enemies and take the throne for himself, but not put him past the vampire.
Well, what is our course then? Are we to return to Adarian and try to maintain some deception? Or just altogether forget about him?
Do you think that's
Stay here.
wise? To lie to a being that has outlived all of us combined? Even one of myself?
I don't think it's very wise, no.
Nor do I. But perhaps we could be candid with him. In a way that isn't revealing too much. That we are interested in killing 100 so long as that remains the mission. So long as freeing the people remains the mission.
I do not wish to get entangled in their feud.
Do you fear Adarian or do you fear needles?
Neither. We owe them a debt.
And that debt was paid when we walked into the Briggs house.
Yes.
They saved us for that specific reason. To save her. She turned on us. The debt was paid.
The debt was paid.
I think we did a poor job. Piss poor, even.
Well,
But all I'm saying is I do not wish to have any hostilities towards them. I am for killing hundreds.
I think that if we sided with Wine and Serok, we would be making enemies of Adarian and his granddaughter. I think that I would rather make enemies of a wheelchair-bound elf and his violent offspring as opposed to an indeterminate number of creatures of the night.
Have you considered what would happen were he to open one of those tunnels beneath your feet straight down?
Yes, needles would die a very painful and quick death.
I hope it doesn't come to that.
Not by my hands.
I always speak plainly when I can. I think we should side with the vampires.
I never thought I would be saying this, but I agree.
I always knew I liked you, Ajax.
They give me what I want. What can I say? I'm a man of simple needs.
Dead 100.
I believe I will begin fastening a gorget.
And what about you, El?
Well, just like the war, I'm here to help you heal once the battle is done. So, I must be swept up in your wake, as always. So I will join you. The 100 have done me no kindness. I'm pretty sure they want us to kill the Emperor, though. That would probably be the first blow struck.
Only to replace him with a good soul. There is no good soul that can occupy that husk. And continue the starvation and violence against our people.
It is a temple to evil. The body itself. I agree. Let's rest. And in the morn we will accept our new roles.
Yes, whatever that might be.
We were already dead men when this started, so
We
what
have
does it
nothing to
matter?
lose.
All right. So as you guys rest for the night, finally getting in a long rest there for the group of you, and not disturbed in your sleep at all. If you do want to set up a watch, of course, you're welcome to. But you awaken in the morning. Breakfast is being served downstairs, and the scents of breakfast waft up towards your chambers.
Breakfast, huh? Most important meal of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I can eat.
I can eat. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably been a long time since you guys have had an actual proper meal. I mean, you know, you were thrown down in the dungeon, you've been traveling a fair while, you've been eating off supplies and the like. So, yeah, it's pretty nice to get an actual meal. So you head down, Curtis is there at the head of the table, and he says, friends, come down, eat breakfast yourselves. And why don't you tell me if you've come to any kind of arrangement?
I'll kind of wait for Ajax to speak.
You promise a lot of things that I want to hear, but my life was forfeit the minute I crossed through the city, and my life is not even mine now. So, as long as I can spend the last days of it getting my vengeance, I will be your weapon.
Good. And the rest of you?
Of course we're in.
It
Yes.
seems to be our best option.
Where we go together, as always.
But we do have a few contingencies. We wish to stay on task. We want Dead 100. That's what we want. We do not wish to partake in your feud with Adarian. Should Adarian become an obstacle, fine. But that is not our purpose. Do not trick us or fool us in any way into using us for that purpose. And we will continue to be your weapon.
Well, I can agree to that. Remaining on task is beneficial to us all. Adarian is simply going to be a roadblock. Well then, seeing as we are gathered here, then consider yourselves honorary brothers of the Fawns, and welcome to the Order of the Chalice. And that's where we'll cut for tonight's episode, I think.
I think I feel my stomach drop a little at that point.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely phenomenal Will Jones with Encounter Roleplay. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Thank you.
So, before we get out of here, guys, we want to thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for hanging out with us. Of course, if you guys want to catch parts of the show that you missed, all of the shows go up on Fridays on our YouTube at youtube.com/SavorDice. And of course, we want to thank all of our kick-ass sponsors for making this show possible. So all of our maps that you see here on the show are done in Dungeon Painter Studios, provided by Pyromancers.com. Of course, our virtual tabletop of choice is Fantasy Grounds. And then the show is brought to you guys by both ThinkGeek and Shapeways, who is the best place to get all of your 3D printing plans for dice, miniatures, all that stuff. Thank you guys for helping us put this show together. If you want to support the show, support our sponsors. So that's all I got. You guys have anything you want to say to these amazing people hanging out with us?
Yeah, if you happen to be at PAX Unplugged this weekend, I'll be wandering around with the rest of the Nerdarchy crew. We were supposed to be at a table for Open Legend, but apparently that's not a thing anymore.
That doesn't exist anymore.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah. But we will be there hanging out. So if you see us, come up to us. If you want us to face something, we will. We have Sharpies and stuff for that.
Yes, Through Frame is asking about the news for the giveaway for Dungeon Painter Studios. That giveaway ended, I think, early this morning or maybe late yesterday. So we'll go ahead and draw those. And if you guys want to follow the Twitter at Saver Dice Show, then we'll go ahead and announce the winners there and get them. We'll message them. We'll email them. And then we'll get them their keys for the Dungeon Painter Studio giveaway for those of you who want to know. But that's it for now, guys. We'll be back next Wednesday at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out with us then. Follow us on YouTube. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we will see you very, very soon. Stay
nerdy.
Later.
Hey guys, if you guys are hanging out with us still, and I'm gonna edit this back into the YouTube video. So we just had a quick discussion. Next week is Thanksgiving, and so I thought we were gonna be on, but after talking to a couple members, some of us are gonna be traveling. So as of right now, I think that we are going to see you guys in 2 weeks, and I know that's going to be really tough. Maybe some of us will get together next week or something like that and just hang out and chat or something. But I think as of right now, I'm looking over at the crew that we are going to take next week off, and so we'll make announcements on the Twitter as well. But that's what's going on. So we just wanted to pop back on for that.
Oops.
Stay nerdy. We love you guys.